the elite of the nation. I'm an NFGer. NFC, nice fucking guy. Remember the metaphor of it is no fucking good. I even earned that fucking title in my illustrious madness.
Illustrious madness.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a.
And you know, my first name in the club was Philly, and I decided to change it to Rebel around like after it was Philly. You know, if I met my first was called Philly, no, I ain't Philly, man. I'm Rebel. And they said, okay.
My dad met. I told him I wanted a necklace, or I told him something. I wanted to be a star or something,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you have that.
he gave me a necklace that was a book with my birthstone. So I think it's like the Bible with my birthstone.
Mhm.
And instead of putting instead of putting one R's, he messed up and put two R's. So that became my stage name when I was little.
You know, my mom was in show business too. She was a costume designer on Broadway.
Cool.
Yeah, so when I was a little kid, we used to like all the kids that were in the plays.
I've got
on
two
Broadway.
daughters that are porn stars. One of them's a porn star.
Well, nothing wrong with that. I met a lot of them.
I know. Trust me.
Do you know I was a
The other one
bodyguard
is
at
an anime porn star.
you know,
Can you believe that?
and
She is an anime porn star. She
Yeah.
creates her own anime, and
You know the thing they have it every year. 1993, I was a bodyguard at the Porn National Convention in Las Vegas.
cool.
Yeah, I met
That's
all of
someplace
them.
I have not been is Vegas, man.
I went there every year, and then
Been to Sturgis once though.
yeah, I got married in Vegas too. And what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. 6 months
Right.
later, we were friends again.
All right.
I'm serious. It was like one of them moments where we wanted to stand with like 50 other people at 2 o'clock in the morning at the courthouse in
Hell
Cook
yeah.
County.
See, that's what
Oh,
I
we
do.
didn't go to like a wedding chapel. We went to the courthouse,
I want to get married.
and everybody
I
was
want
there
to get married
partying.
to a group.
Yeah. Oh, it
I
was
want a
fun.
group wedding.
It was fun for about 3 months. It lasted, you know, the honeymoon, and then it just kind of went south. Well, we
See,
got.
I want a group wedding. I want a group wedding.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I've been to a lot of them. I was at a beach one time in
I
Florida
don't want to bear
where
married
the
one
club
single
I was
person.
with, the
I
Dirt
want no
Creek,
jealousy.
they got married on the beach with all our motorcycles lined up.
I want no jealousy.
Yeah,
in my
I actually
relationship.
seen that, and the Outlaws even came to our, you know, because it was like we were a support club with them in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually seen that. It wasn't a movie. They were actually getting married with the ocean behind them.
We have
and
a
all
viewer
our
in the
bikes were in
house.
front of them. You know, and you know it was fucking bad.
Yeah.
And the cops didn't say nothing. And then the Outlaws were in front of us, of course. But then it was like, and then they had pictures, and even was put in Easy Rider magazine, a heading, the only way to get married is in Florida or something like that. And then the Outlaws had this with all our backs were turned so you could take a picture with your back.
Right.
There was no problem with that. But never a face. But it was funny, you see there, and then we're behind in the ocean, the two.
I was in Glencoe Campground naked.
I know
Flag
that. I know
T-bar.
Glencoe Campground. I got so fucked up in that place.
I know, right?
Oh man. Oh man.
We're going this year, man.
Do it.
We're going. I'm going to Sturgis this year. You hear me, people? I'm gonna be
You know
there.
we're not allowed in there. You know, ever since '06 when you know.
But you're not that no more.
No.
So you can't.
But look, I mean, I'm not going to cover all, and I'm going to see I'm going to see banditos I know, and they're going to go, "What the fuck, Rebel? You are fucking too much."
Hey,
And
I
then,
hope so.
But yeah, guess
He's
what?
my bodyguard.
Guess what? I'm only kidding. There's a secret group that
Right.
goes there unmarked but marked, and they let us in.
Right,
Because
exactly.
after the shootout in '06, '07, they stopped 600 of us coming in and 30 miles out, and we've never been allowed back in. But '08 and '09, I was in a pack of like 150 of us. And that's how we go in every day, 150. And we're nobody's, you know, everybody has tattoos,
Right.
and they only pick the ones that can really do it. Not all the outlaws can do it.
Right.
And we ride right through the town, and we look like citizen bikers. We even get these bikes. We don't even buy our bikes. We rent all. They rent the bikes out of Bismarck, South Dakota, got a deal with them because we have a chapter in Colorado. So in '09, in '10, when I was a probate, we went through there, and then '10, I went back as a patch holder. It was bad, but you ain't wearing patch. You know what I mean? You're like wearing Harley Davidson stuff, kind of supposed to keep your, tats kind of low, but yet the Angels have a clubhouse there.
Oh, I know.
They know it's us, but they're the ones that apologize because one of their hangarounds shot our brother and crippled him. There was no murder. It was stupid. They gave him life for maiming him. And then the Hells Angels even publicly, online and everything, apologized for this. But really, they were smiling because they knew that when we came back next year, they were going to stop us. Because that was when we were coming. We used to have that tent down there.
But you know what?
And, I mean, I give it all. Well, you want to go do it? I mean, I haven't been on one in about 10 years.
I want to go.
It's wild, man, because everybody knows who we are. We even got like new looking bikes and shit. They still just know.
You know what else we're gonna
and
do
the
this
funny
year?
thing is, like Halloween, you're trying to like
we're gonna
fuck
piss
with
on the
them,
Statue of Liberty, and we're gonna shit on the Hollywood sign. Okay?
You know what? You know what I did on the Hollywood sign, man? I did so much cocaine about 100 yards from the Hollywood sign. We couldn't get out of the fucking car.
And I gotta go to Compton. Damn it!
And I was in my Cadillac, and I'm telling you, and I had Tennessee tags, and these people all parked there. It's like right below the Hollywood sign. It's been there for years. It's where the girl jumped off. They say you can see her ghost.
Yeah.
And when you look up the hill, you kind of see something walking towards the fence.
Well, I'm gonna bring her
they
back.
They say it's her.
I'm gonna bring her back.
But anyway, we did so much. I was in my Cadillac and I had Tennessee tags and had a dead sticker on the back, the whole 9 yards. And these people looked over and he went, deadhead sticker. You gotta be
on a Cadillac.
Man, and Tennessee tags? Where the fuck are you from? I said, duh. Well, I mean, I'm like carrying 3 guns on me, and I don't know. Yeah. And he thought I was like, maybe he thought I was a dippy hippie. He said, hey man, give me some weed. And I went like this, I ain't got any. And he got a little rough. He went, hey, he thought I was a hippie. And that's when I fucking grabbed him by his, I had the gun right in his mouth. And I said, I'm not a hippie, man. I'm a fucking very dangerous person. Right. And I dropped him, backed him off. And he went, whoa. So he was drunk. And he was like my age. And he thought I was an old hippie like his age. Right. And he was going strong. Imagine all the hippies he must strong are. But he didn't realize that I was sitting there with 3 guns on me. And just partying. We were, off.
We're having a good time, man.
Oh, yeah. There was like,
it
was like 6. Yeah, and he fucking thought he was going to come over all Billy Badass, Hell's Angel.
Don't start no shit, don't be no shit.
Right, and then it was like real fast, and then he stopped, and I'll never forget his face though. He it was like he realized like all the people he'd ever ripped off up there, been doing it for years, the hippie people, and he thought I was his prey.
Yeah.
And it turned out that was his menace.
Just to let you people know, this is my card.
How long have you been in Hollywood?
Huh?
How long has it been since you've been to Hollywood?
How long has it been since I've been to Hollywood?
I haven't been there since 2000, my last tour.
I cannot remember. I went when I was a dancer.
I touch real slow now. I'm very slow.
I'm scared of intimacy, but I'll allow it.
So 2000, you were there?
No, listen. No, listen. Hold on, let me think. My kids had to been.
Oh, so you were living out there.
No.
You were
Listen,
just partying.
No, I was a dancer in Gulfport.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in Gulfport, right by Airport. I was a dancer there. I had a nerd. Listen to me. Mm-hmm. A nerd that led me to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the radio version. He said, "Look, I want an accompaniment. I want somebody to accompany me. I'm going to be gone for a week and a half. Would you like to go with me?" And I said, "Hell yeah." And he took me. We went to Chicago. We took a plane. I can't remember whether we went to Phoenix, Arizona.
Then there's that. Yeah, I love
Took a car from Phoenix, Arizona to Hollywood or San Diego
Yeah,
and LA,
yeah, I flew out of there
and
once.
I went to Tijuana. All
I've been
within
there.
that, all
Been
within
there a
that
few
week and a
times.
half.
Yeah, drunk on tequila. You know, real
Tequila.
tequila.
That was my dad's drink.
Yo,
My mom's
man.
Smooth Jack, my dad's tequila.
But you know, with the really crazy town like near Yuma, Arizona, there was a little town called Batista,
Yeah.
and those little towns, I mean, that's where they had the fucking drugs. And you go into the
I
little
wasn't
bar.
even doing drugs or anything.
Well, this is like, but one
I
night,
did Jello
yeah,
shots before
yeah.
Jello
Oh,
shots
yeah.
were ever even.
But they would
around
lock
here.
the gates; you couldn't get out.
Right.
And there was no like
And
a
that's why
big
it should be.
crossing. It's a little crossing, so when
Right.
the gate automatically shuts, that's it.
Yeah.
And one time we got through the gates, and our people that we were like, I ain't gonna mention the band.
Right,
I can't.
right.
I don't kiss and tell.
Right.
I signed.
Exactly. And
I
we're
signed
online.
the real. That's, I can make money on tabloids a long time ago. But these cats, these crazy rockers, got stuck over there, 4 of them, and I only had the one with me. And he said, "What are we gonna do? Fuck them." I told him, "Hurry up." I said, "Well, you can't
You
leave
can't
them."
leave it dead.
So they start climbing over the fence,
to go get 'em.
and then here comes the highway. Here
Oh,
comes
shit.
the border patrol
Oh my God.
and the highway patrol, and they come jumping out the guns, man.
I gotta tell you
And
this
I
funny
said, "Hey,
story.
these guys are so and so," and they went, "I don't give a fuck if they're Elvis Presley, man. They're fucking trying to climb the fence."
Listen to this shit.
You know?
We were. I was into whippets at the time.
Oh, I remember whippets.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I had a container that I had found on our side of the border. Okay. I had carried it with me over, and then I got to thinking, if I try to cross this border with this fucking whippet, I'm gonna go to jail and I'm gonna die. So I had to fucking get rid of my whippet.
Really?
But I was only like, I was so wet behind the ears, it wasn't even funny.
Wow. Whippets, you know what I mean? We used to get them at the dead shows
Whippet good.
in the 80s, you know?
Right?
Yeah, they're called whippets. And you used to get a balloon too.
Yep.
And you would blow, they'd sell the balloon, and they actually give you the balloon for $5,
Right.
and you just walked around sucking the
Right,
balloon.
right. That's how.
And that was wild, because you like were like tripping on acid and like sucking that in for like extra icing on the cake, and it made you float. I remember you start realizing you're taking big steps like you're floating. Like,
Right. Uh-huh. Oh, the whoa.
I didn't blasphemy.
No, that's
And
right
the,
here.
and the crown, you
Look.
know, and the crown,
Yeah.
crowned it
And
all.
the diamonds.
Right. And I got diamonds
The
all over
inside
me.
thing.
Right?
The insane diamonds.
Yeah. And you see, I have a lot of.
Hey, yeah. Who's tattoo? Who does tattoo?
Oh, my brother down in Georgia, Vamp.
Let's go.
Yeah, he'll give us a deal. We get 2 tattoos for like 150.
I got no money. I'll give him a blowjob.
Well, yeah, he would love it when he was an outlaw, but he likes his girl now. But I wouldn't mind
Then I'll eat
as
her.
long as you can make. And
Then
then
I'll eat
I'll
her.
get a
Fuck
blowjob
it.
from both of you. You know, I'll get you a tattoo. I'll take.
I want a cobra. I gotta have an insane cobra here.
Okay, really? Let's just get you wild, man. This is my last days, man. Oh.
We're in
And
our
you're gonna
last
be-
days. We are
And
in
you're
our
what?
last days.
40? You're 40 or 35?
41.
See, I thought.
Actually,
man,
that's my
you
lying age,
you look
motherfucker. I just
good.
turned 50. I just turned 50.
You-
I just turned 50.
No, you
May the
can't.
fourth be with me.
Made me
May the
feel
fourth
all
be
this.
with me. May the fourth be with me.
Beat me
I
down.
just fucking turned 50.
Oh, we're the same. You don't look it like you.
I know.
You said I was
I know.
49. I was so fucking flattered.
Because I was giving you
know
my
what I
age. You
always
look like
say?
my
I
age.
always say something 50, and I usually get away with it. When you said 49, no, 59. I went,
49. My dad was born in 49.
yeah. And okay, what is your real birth name? You know mine.
5472.
No, but your real name, like Elizabeth, Kathy, Mary.
Holy.
No,
With
the
2 L's.
one you were born,
Listen,
like my name on
Listen. Holy with 2 L's.
the.
But don't say that name ever again. I'll hurt
I
you.
never went out with the Hollands. That's why you couldn't be your who you are. Oh, I love TV, please. The only, I mean, it could be for days. We might not, just not.
Not until we're married.
Okay,
I will not put out until I'm married.
Okay, you're just ready to give my brother who's being the
And?
outlaws of.
And
You're tough.
trust me, I'll bring a
You are
new.
tough. You're gonna just.
If you see
you're
IT
gonna
that you like, I'll bring
you're
her
gonna
home.
have like by Wednesday. You'll have me on the roof crawling around. You're 50. God.
Would you like to see my ID? Too bad I ain't got one.
I thought you were 30. Well, it's okay. We thought we were younger. No.
We thought we were younger. We are.
And you're the same age. You're in the same age group.
Right.
Like we all are.
Definitely.
That's why. I was just like a little bit older than you in high school, but you were in great grammar school when I was in just going into high school. No, I'm just saying that's the same era. You saw what I saw in the 70s. We're 70s.
Right.
We're 70s kids.
No, I'm an 80s.
Well, you're right on the cusp, right? When's
Right,
your
I'm
birthday?
right on the
Now
cusp.
let's do it. What's your birthday month?
I told you. May 4th.
Mine is my mother's name is the 25th of May, and I could be anywhere in the world. And yes, can't you see Rebel and Paul? And one time there was 3 of us.
When are you? Oh wait, never
There
mind.
was
I got
Philly. There was Rebel Devil was in the Warlock.
I ain't even got to ask. I got you pegged.
Yeah. Now I'm Uncle Rebel in the nation. Really, that's what I'm called, Uncle Rebel. And all around here too. And they all call me on. So I guess that's it.
We got one viewer. I would love to know who my stalker is. Too bad we can't figure it out.
Okay. What were you going to say now on that? I never went out with the Holly. I never did.
You never will.
I know.
I'm holy.
You're holy. And then look at me. How do you know my mother was that? She was Marie, the good witch, and she was Marie, the bad witch. Marie, the bad witch would beat me. She would beat me. She would beat me, and then the next day she'd take me to the movie. When my dad was in Vietnam, he was in Vietnam twice in my from growing up. Yeah, and Korea one. I was brought up in but
I'm a POW myself.
Yeah. Are you an Army brat?
No.
Okay.
Just
You're a biker brat.
Yeah.
No, we used to be called, right, I'm scooter trash. I come from, remember that? The scooter trash. I was taught by the scooter trash, and that's who I am. That's who I am, scooter trash. Real, original scooter trash. When you see us, we're not bikers. Outlaws are not bikers.
I'm a hood rat.
We're outlaws.
Look,
you're a hood rat.
Look, I'm a hood rat. See?
My rat used to be right here. That my wharf rat. Yeah, I had a cover up.
And I was born the year of the rat.
And
my dad was a rat biker.
And you know what my Chinese sign is? The rooster. Notice him around.
Listen to this. My Chinese baby, the one that went to China and became a teacher, her dad was rat.
Oh, wow.
And his name was Charles.
My name is Charles.
Too many connections, so it's a conspiracy.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I love that tattoo, that your son. That's
my son.
But really, Vamp and Wicked Tattoos used to be president of the Dalton.
Wicked Tattoos,
Outlaws,
I know that.
And he stepped down too when I stepped down.
We're talking about this
I've known him for 30 years, Yeah. Did you ever hear Unscarred Tattoo from the Limited Few?
No.
He's right down the road.
You ever heard of Hawks Tattoos?
Oh, that's beautiful. It's made for you.
You ever heard of Hawks Tattoos?
Where at?
Well, he's been to Sturgis I don't know how many times. He goes out there and does tats.
I've heard that name.
But
the tattoo convention.
Illinois.
Did you ever go to the ones in like 2005?
I've only been to one.
Okay, I went.
And that's when I got the goddamn thing.
At the convention?
Convention. I said I want that guy and that guy mixed together.
You don't want to mess your neck up. Just keep them low. I like the way your tattoos are
I'm
now.
getting one right here. That says
that's this generation, dude.
88 pain.
They're the ones putting it on their face.
No, I want one on my face.
No, you're gonna mess that pretty face.
You know why? Because my mom, she used to say, "Do I have sucker for punishment written on my head?" I want to put us 88 pain.
Mm-hmm.
8
No,
and 8.
no.
Yes.
But I tell you how he could make that.
Twice.
You want a cobra, right? He
Huh?
would make it like the cobra starting here,
Over here.
and then his head ends right there. That'd be badass. Because you got sexy tattoos now, you don't have them like I don't like sleeves like that. Chicks that have like my mind, you know, kind of like sleeve. I can never turn
This
me
one
on.
here, I gotta have wings added to him.
Okay, yeah. Shit. He looks like he got him right there. See it? He
That's
does
his
have the
vest.
wings. Oh, well, yeah.
You
That's
see that heart right
bad.
there? You see
Yeah.
that heart? That was actually a sword that I dug in. Now he's got a purple heart. He's going to be 16 July 10th, the same day as my dad was born. This
July
little boy
10th,
was
my
born.
dad was his birthday was July 3rd, and he died on July 6th.
Wow.
After, no, wait a minute, the other way around. He was born on July 6th, and
And
he died
transferred.
on August 4th. I mean, no, 8th. After my granddaughter was born on the 7th. He waited to see, and then he laid in his bed and died. He lived like a lion, and he died like a lamb. And he told me, if you cremate yourself, you'll go to hell. Guess what? He cremated himself, just like a true Viking warrior. A guy didn't want. I got it written.
Indians.
I got it written in my will. But he always. That's how secretive he was in his own self. He wouldn't even admit that he was going to be burned like a Viking, because he was a real Viking. And I'm being, oh, you'll go to hell. That's just, right down to him. He made it. And I didn't even show up because he didn't show up at my mother's. Plus, the outlaws told me if I went there and grabbed that flag that I know was my flag, I went to 2 wars with him with my mother, and they were going to hand that bitch that he married 30 years. You know, after my mother's 25th anniversary, 2 days later, he's caught with her, and I'm in the warlocks, and he's like, he was a warlock too. You know, he was sneaky deep. He worked for my uncle, you know, Scarpa. He did more fucking bad shit than me. And then all of a sudden he went to college and became,
Actually, that's
you know what I mean? Then married a young girl, 27, and I was 22. And then but he said I was a soldier, and they used me in the warlocks, to, you know, for his game.
right.
I was his tattoo. He had no tattoos neither. And he dressed like with boots like this, like I'm starting to wear these funky, you know, I called them citizen boots. But he wore the same kind of boots I'm wearing right now, my dad wore when he was going out with a 27-year-old with 2 kids. And my mother found them, and Uncle Bobby and Uncle, Chester and Uncle Larry pulled up in their Cadillac with my mother, right? And she pulled the door off and said, I'll blow this fucking place down, you motherfucking bitch, you and your kids. Marie, you know, Ragazzi, Mickey
Monday,
Scarpo's cousin. You
I
know.
want you to go get my Tahoe.
But I'm just saying, get
You
this.
hear me?
The police were there when my dad called me from the phone, and I pulled up my warlock colors because I had no other choice, because that's how warlocks were. You know,
There's
for
a trailer up there.
you wouldn't
too.
believe what
Listen
I've
to
been
me.
through.
Listen to me.
I'm listening.
We're
You're
gonna go
scaring
to a
me.
lawyer tomorrow, Monday. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna write a petition, or not a petition, an affidavit
Yeah.
for you to go get my Tahoe.
Okay.
There's a trailer up there. You put your hog on,
Okay.
strap it down.
Right. And that's in
And
Illinois,
it's in Illinois,
and you can't go with me.
and I cannot go to Illinois,
Right. So I'll take
so I have to get an affidavit
a helper with
signed
me.
by a lawyer,
Uh-huh.
and you can go get my shit
Legally.
legally.
Right. And I'll even stop by in old, Sweet Home Chicago and visit my brothers.
Sweet Home Chicago goes
That's
far
you know,
north.
it's on the wall right there. That's the original. It's been there since like that's the second oldest. So that's been there since like 1964. The one that has that round thing that's spinning around when you look at the front of it. It had like people who were shooting out where they shot it, and And it's still there near the tracks, near the old police station. Yeah, the old police station was there too. And that's where that was a
The only thing I
speakeasy
know
where
about
they
Chicago,
they
the only
actually
thing I know
buried.
about Chicago is Humboldt Park.
Did you ever see that when you go by there and it said "Sweet Home Chicago" on the wall
Probably.
with him smiling?
Probably.
It's a famous. That's the second oldest outlaw. The other one's in Milwaukee. The first
When I
one.
was real young, Mom and Dad took me up there
You can
along
see
with
the Twin Towers from my clubhouse.
not Twin Towers.
Oh.
It's the Skunk Tower.
The Skunk
Lover.
Towers.
It's the Skunk Tower.
It
One
looks
tower.
like
One
two.
tower.
When you're drunk, it looks like two.
Oh, okay. It could be
Or
four.
when you're on acid, it looks like two. Or when you're on mushrooms, yeah, it looks
it looked
like
like
two.
8.
Oh my God, man. This shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we had
I'm
5.
telling you, man. I was different times. I was so fucked up. And then downstairs is where they said the gangsters walled their dead.
What's that?
And when you walk through the hallway,
hit it.
there's like you can see cement.
Let me hit the herb. I said I didn't do
Really?
it. Fuck
This is
it.
good
Let me
herb.
hit it.
This is really
Let me
good
hit
herb.
it.
Did you see
Skunk's
it?
gonna hit the herb.
We're just gonna just have a blast.
Fuck it.
You,
Skunk's gonna.
you are good.
Mom says do it.
You
So I'm
waited
doing
and waited until I just stopped feeling you. Like you were way too wisdom and in my generation to be like you never told me all. I thought 35 to 40. You know, so that's weird. You thought I was the same age difference.
And I feel like I've known you forever, which is scary as
That's
fuck.
what's really. Yeah, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that. For some reason, you realize that when we looked at each other, we seen each other before, and it wasn't here. It was here real fast. Remember, I was like getting out that day, and everybody said, "Who's that?" And they said, "That's the enforcer." That's all you. We didn't even look at each other eye to eye until this morning. And no, last night I was looking. This morning I was looking at you. You were laying there, and I never really.
I knew somebody was looking at me.
Did you feel my presence?
Yeah.
Remember I think you popped up, but I already had turned.
I popped up because
you
I
did?
moved over my stuff so
You
you could get
did?
in.
No, I'm talking about the other time you popped up and you felt like somebody was, when I was standing there talking. And she was making a big thing about giving me tobacco and mowing it, but don't drop the papers. I went, are you serious? No, I didn't think so. And then I walked away. You know what I mean? I mean, she is so sarcastic, man. Weirdo.
Yeah. Not weirdo.
Oh, no.
She's just a spirit.
I didn't mean to
Don't
say
walk in the world, same as us.
She's weirder than me.
We all
I
got
thought
our
I
own
was
little
weird.
ticks.
I keep on seeing this. The pictures. Everything goes like it's like a deja vu, isn't it? The shirt and everything. See, because remember, we're black and white, our colors, right? But still, look, there's red and white in it. And see how that has black.
Tattoo's got red in it, green in it.
But I mean, that's been we're called Red Eyes Rolling. Right. And the Hells Angels always said, why do they have red in there? Know what that red means? In our colors? Yeah. One of our brothers before us. Yes. Yeah. The outlaws are the oldest.
The blood that made me.
But we started with World War I vets. And you know, in Sweet Home Chicago, there's a big plaque all the way up to Iraq. At that time, you know, right up to Iraq. In the First World War, the original McCook outlaws, McCook, Illinois, and Matilda's Bar. Yeah, Cook County, Matilda's Bar.
Oh, man.
Was their first clubhouse.
Oh, cool.
And it's still there.
Matilda.
Yeah, but they tore the original one down. Now it's a big restaurant. Right. Matilda's, and they ran with the outlaw. There's pictures in there. Yeah, but people don't go in there if they don't like hardcore bikers. But those outlaws in them days were hardcore. They were the original. You just think of it. World War I vets, and their names are up on the wall in the clubhouse. That was deep when I first saw that. I didn't know we were that it was like mind-boggling. Why, when I met the Hells Angels, I went, eh. But when I met the Outlaws, I went, I'm in. I'll do anything to be in. You know what I mean? And from 77 to
Listen, Mark. Oh,
2010.
duh. You got to
Nah, no, I had to make you figure that out. From 77 to 2010.
That's enough for me. Don't let me have no more.
That's
Otherwise,
good,
we're
ain't it?
stealing bikes.
Ain't it good?
Uh-huh.
I like that. But I stopped that years ago. Buy it like you
I
stole
just
it.
started a few, right? Write it like you stole it. You damn right.
Oh, yeah. And every time I get on that bike, I buy it like I stole
That's
it.
why I had to crash that 2011 Tahoe
Really?
because I had to drive it like I stole
So
it.
they've done all the work on it already?
Huh?
It's already, I mean, the work, is there work?
That Tahoe's a beast.
No, is it drivable?
Yeah, hell yeah, it's
okay.
drivable, wrecked and all. Only Bennett knows. It
I'll
broke
hold
me, but
I'll
only
hold the
Bennett knows.
carburetor.
I said,
Oh,
don't
you
give me no
can.
more.
Just a hit. Little hit. Where do you see the
I
bait?
told him not to give me no more. Let's look
Oh,
at
you
him.
see, Rebel's over here too. So yeah, Rebel. Tell her that I get
It's
it.
red.
Yeah. There's Rebel and then there's
He's revving up.
right. Rebel on. No, but the Outlaws didn't
Rebel
name me
on.
Rebel. I was like kind of hanging out with that Warlocks with my dad since I was a teenager, and I came down there and met them in Florida, and I said who I was, and they called up there, found out I was Mickey's.
See,
I was Mickey's.
I know I've
nephew.
probably met you.
But you know what I mean?
I
I'm
know
the
I've met you. because
Taco.
My dad ran with
Yeah,
Paul.
Taco named
He-
Philly.
He was tied to
In
nine and ran
77,
with Paul. He was
yeah.
alone. He was a lone wolf.
Remember hearing about that rebel? Started in Florida, went with the Warlocks, tried to flip the Outlaws to the Warlocks. Remember, they all went to prison from South Florida and
No, I
Philly,
don't.
and for the
I
Florida.
do, but I don't.
And remember, it almost flipped, and then I almost got blown away, for doing that. But then 10 years later, 97, I helped flip them. And now my name is signed Outlaw 1%er in the same club that fucking sent me down the road. And
Right.
they thought I was too much of a Warlock. And
Right.
I started telling Warlocks, you're a fucking bitch, man. You know what I mean? And then when I got in the entertainment, look, I covered up. See, that was my first 1%. See it? You look in that line, and I told it, it's camouflage. See my first 1%?
I'll look. We'll look when we get
No,
in the
right
hot
there.
tub.
See it? If I point it, see it? It starts appearing. See, I hit it there when I got in the entertainment business. See it? The swastika with the 1%. That was my first, but I told the Warlocks that was their. I said, "Fuck you, bitches, man. I'm gonna go be an outlaw someday, or I'll die trying."
Right.
And then '97, they flipped, and I was, I was there. 2010, I passed.
I preceded my dad because
Yeah, I
not
love-
only did
hey,
I become
I love.
not only did I
Yeah, those
become
brothers.
outlaw vendettas from Reapers,
I
Hells
party
Angels.
with it. I got cocaine on
Now
Bandettas.
on GD's,
Yeah,
freaking Insane Cobras,
and then you meet the
freaking
rebel.
Bloods, Crips,
Slash Unique Philly, the original Philly
Unique
from.
Philly,
Well, that was my name.
Unique Philly.
They named me Philly, and I changed the name around. They named me in '77, right? And then around '81, I got a little feisty and walked in a bar with 4 pagans there, and my dad very pagan, and and walked in purposely, right, with PFFP written on a rebel hat with German pins and shit. And at this time, I was a hanging Warlock, even getting a little crazy. So I walked in and they said, "Who are you?" And I said, "Rebel." And I don't know why I said that, but I did. And they said, "What the fuck's PFFP stand for?" Party Forever, Forever Party. And then they wear it, Pagan Forever, Forever Pagan. And that's when I started partying with pagans. And my dad,
You swapped
3
it.
years later, after playing with the devils, the witches came calling and grabbed me by my fucking ear with a gun to me and said, "You fucking bastard." And they, and I made my point that I'm going to be an outlaw. Fuck you, Warlocks. But I'll wear your stinking patch. But I was ready to patch out Pagan because those brothers treated me right too.
Right.
But ain't it weird though how now I have to kill a
anybody's
Pagan?
flag as long as they keep
But-
flying mine.
But then in '84, they blamed my cousin Sal, who was found in Salvatore Testa, the lieutenant of fucking Nikki in his
I
trunk,
really am Al
15
Capone
miles, yeah,
freaking
15
reincarnated.
miles from my house. My cousin, the lieutenant of the South Philly mob, is found in his trunk of his Cadillac, butchered and hogtied with, like the pagans, beaten with bats.
Right.
No knife wounds. They beat you with bats, pagans. They got bats on them. They're known for the bats.
I used to always have a blade with me.
You know what? Nikki blamed it on the pagans, right? Put it out in the media and shit, and then all of a sudden,
I do remember that, Mickey.
it was a war like from 80 till
I do
87.
remember that now.
Yeah, and it was a bloody war. And it's starting up all over again. They just shot two of our brothers up in Knoxville like 2 weeks ago. I couldn't even go to the funeral. I was told not to. I buried a lot of pitchforks with vendetta because of my cousin. Do you know Nikki? Then Phil Leonetti, remember, and he came with the black and they covered on gangland, and he gave state's evidence to Uncle Nicky and put him in Irrigati for the rest of his life for killing his own nephew. And that's when I was devastated. And that's when I said, I'm going to be an outlaw. Fuck these motherfuckers. And because that was the last smack in the face, because I pulled up with a warlock in '84 to the church with my graves, the skulls, and my Fu Manchu, and like the warlocks of Philly. They're famous, notorious, disgusting warlocks. The ones, not the ones, the ones in right, the ones in Florida with the big bird on their back and like a chicken, right? No, we're the ones with the harpy, with the witch, and she has tits and talons and wings, and she looks nasty, because the gods put the harpy on the earth to do destruction and mayhem to mankind. And that's what we had, the ribbon and the red letters, warlocks, and the harpy in the bottom. She was nasty too.
A hermaphrodite.
And I covered her.
The harpy is a hermaphrodite.
Yes. And I covered her up.
See this, people?
Look what I covered her up with. An eagle. I had her right there. And it said, "You pay the dues for the life you choose." I was on the squad, pulled up to the
I believe
strikes.
Jesus and Mother Mary.
Remember the strikes in the 80s? Remember all the local strikes in the 80s, all the unions that were going in? They said all of a sudden buses would pull up, like beat up, everybody that was ready to go in, and then the bus would pull away and then the cops come in, but nobody would be killed. But that one time in Philly, actually smashed them into a bridge, and a shootout occurred and because they caught them coming out of the gate. And that was in '87. That's when I didn't say it was over. But they were pagans that were in that union, and we knew it. You know what I mean? And I still couldn't get it out of my system. And so I saw on Gangway in 1992. Here's my family, and I saw the truth. And I was shocked. All the mayhem he did for nothing. He started a war just for his greed. Like my mother always said, he was so greedy when he was. Remember, Nicky started a little punk that fucking moved Atlantic City and half of New York and Philly with Gambino. He was the Nostra Costa and made with Gambino.
We're gonna learn more of that when I go to New York, okay?
But you're from Illinois, man. Heartland, where I come from, where my creed comes from. In 1977, I looked at these motherfuckers.
Yeah, and you know what? It's my own prison.
It amazed me.
My own prison.
It amazed me that my dad and the warlocks and the henchmen, they called me, became warlocks. They were nothing compared to these guys. I mean, this was '77. I'm on my first. It was after Bike Week, and the warlocks left. And they said, "You're staying?" I said, "Yeah, I got a job down here painting." But I did. And I went and found a job, and there they were. They were working there too. They said, "Oh, that's that punk, man. It was with them Philly boys." But they were still partying with me. The warlocks and Al's always were like this. But it was funny. They go, "That punk."
We have a comment.
And that's how Philly started.
Peachy Ryder.
Ooh. Yeah, it's so easy.
Sorry, Peachy, I missed your comment.
I love these kind of songs. They stretches. I can see you wearing them now. It's very feeling to me. And I don't believe that shirt goes with the pants. Everything, like I told my mother, and I found that shirt today.
I'm a hood rat. Anything goes with me.
And, you know, and I traded
Oh my
that.
God, here we go. Another one falling in love.
Lust. Baby.
Okay,
I
less I
love
can handle.
love. Ain't that sweet, good, man.
As long as it's not a jealousy lust.
No.
I can't handle jealousy lust.
No. That's the green-eyed monster.
Not the green eye.
He left a long time ago there. Holy.
I grew up a long time
Man,
ago.
just
But nobody else does.
Oh man, I got rid of that guy a long time ago.
You know, I was.
He was too crazy for himself. He was stupid.
Right.
There was no reason to be like that.
No.
Get mad.
If you want something that bad, fine.
But I never would hit.
I'll get better
I would
later.
never hit the woman. I never hit a woman in my life.
I'll be
But
the one
I
you
would.
hit.
I would be. No, I wouldn't. No, never. I'd run from you.
Good. That's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Walk away.
Walk away. I learned that a long time ago. But some of them, you know, I've been almost run over by trucks and everything. You know.
Me too.
They get
Jumped
a little,
out of moving cars.
They get a little. Some people get really like stupid. This one was because I wouldn't go to bed with her girlfriend and her. Well, because I said she was too fat and she was too.
Well, fine. We'll find a different one.
No. I didn't say it like that though.
No, I'm saying that's how I would. Fine, we'll find a different one.
And she was like younger. She was older than 2 years older than me, and that was my girlfriend who was like.
Hi, George.
Cigarette.
You're fine.
And you know, you can get. Oh, you got cigarettes now, and I'm ready to give you one, man. But Dimitri, that's Dimitri. That's Dimitri.
Is that Jack?
AKA me. Ball, you know, Road, man. What the fuck? This summer, you heard I was partying with him this summer. And he was running around with that pregnant chick. And he said, Rebel, I know I threw it away, didn't I?
I am doing okay. I found some bikers and thugs now. I am doing fine.
He had the highest baskets, right, in history around here.
F them grumpy old men.
He's like 6'9", right? Because I mean, yeah, man. But you threw 1,000 yards. I remember telling Chuck that I've been seeing you. You know, he said, you mean Demetrius is hanging out with you now? I said, yeah, man. Because remember me and Chuck, he used to lift weights down when you were a kid. Yeah. He was the one that bench pressed 400. Chuck Silver. He had that red Ram pickup, and he pulled up, and you had the jersey
Shut
on.
the fuck up.
Remember that, man?
I had a red Ram pickup.
He should have been
I
a
was
good.
selling the field then, though.
I know, man. I saw it in your eyes.
One of my dudes got in a wreck on the interstate.
Negativity out.
Then I started
We're gonna-
pulling up with
He had
you.
a dually. He had a dually.
You should have went to
He had a
Alabama.
dually truck.
Tennessee or Alabama.
I don't
one
wanna hear
of you,
no.
man.
Not say no.
Right?
Take it.
Tennessee or Alabama, one of
Take it.
you, man. You should have went to
One.
Alabama.
Take it.
I really
Do not
do,
say
man.
no. Take
You
it.
know, and Grove
Hey.
should have went to fucking LA right from high school. He blew it when LA.
This is my
they
body,
offered
broken
him,
and
right?
torn, beaten and battered.
They offered him straight up, didn't they? Right out of high school. No,
Remind each other to
what the
sacrifice
fuck
each
was
other.
he thinking, man?
In Jesus' name, amen.
I know he gave it. He just wasn't ready yet. He got scared, didn't he?
Now,
Oh, everybody was just doing too much.
But he was going to go against Shaq and all that, right?
He got
Everybody just doing too much.
No, he's a good kid. You haven't known this kid a long time.
Dogs, and all that
much
shit.
more?
That's why Vito didn't really know that all of a sudden you like slide on. I know Paul Silver. When you said that time, man, remember? He went, whoo! And you winked at me. I went, oh, that guy. Yeah, that's the other guy, man. You know,
This is the blood of the new covenant because we all fuck it up and stuff.
Demetrius, man.
Turned
That
into
football
wine,
players out
turned
of
into
here.
water. In Jesus' name, amen.
That-
Partake.
yeah.
Right.
I went to one game
Yeah.
we played, Rattling Cleveland. That game where
Would
man,
you like
we
a
threw like
sip?
something like
Please?
89, three times 89,
Not
100
trouble.
average, 400 yards.
Thank you for doing
But then
communion with me,
you
silent
beat the
killer.
piss out of them at that goal line. Where you were fast.
I think you were paying more attention, but he knows how to. I just throw my phone.
Should I? Oh, I didn't. Did
I
I try it? No, it wasn't the phone, was it? How did it fall?
Now you Rabbit leash. There you go. Right there.
That's what I mean. I didn't want to pull it.
You killed us all. No.
It's only a phone.
No, we're still here.
No, I
We're
don't
still
know.
live.
Wow.
For me, live for me. Who cares,
I
man?
love it. I love it.
I know, right?
This is like adventure. People, like I said, people really can do that.
We can do anything we want. We are alive and free.
Mm-hmm.
We have no master. We have no baiters.
Except God.
Exactly. And even He is not our master. He
It
gives
might
us
be-
free will
It might who say it ain't she
toward
and God.
men. Exactly. Amen. Amen. I told you, God is a hermaphrodite.
They say that because they are born
God
like
is a
that.
God, blessed
Why-
hermaphrodite.
who they're put on earth.
They're very rare. I know. They're
Yeah.
very rare. You know why? Because we'll kill them. 'cause we're scared
I
of
met
them,
a few
'cause
of them
they're
that
not this or
when I
that.
was a bodyguard. A few of them always rolled in with the. I'm not going to say any names.
Right,
I
right.
don't kiss and tell, but there was some weird shit.
I wish. We're gonna have.
Yeah,
And yeah, I do it. I do whatever God tells me to do.
God given right. Right.
But
Is Callie
I mean, if
still
God
passed
says so.
out?
I don't know. I'm not going to
who? Cal?
Callie, well, yeah, he can
Is that
go
my
right.
daughter?
He can go right across the way and get us.
Y'all got some money?
I ain't got no money
We
yet.
gotta go to. We gotta go get.
We gotta
She has
go
to
get
go
some,
get
man.
it. It's in my
I
ID.
had some of those.
CP's up. I'll come back to you. You never met Callie yet,
No,
did
I have not met
you?
Cal.
He's from LA, man.
LA.
Yeah, he's Blue Crip.
When you taking me? Blue Crip?
Yeah,
On GD, man.
yeah,
You already know.
he's an OG. Yeah, in his era, and he named me
That
OG
insane
when he,
cobra.
and I knew him in LA. Him and his people. I used to cop dope off of. But I can't mention any names.
Right, right, right. It doesn't matter if we do anyway.
And you
It's
know
been a long
Callie-
time ago. It's dead.
Oh my God! Holy
Holy what?
man! I forgot I was you.
Damn.
Am I supposed to say all the shit I was saying?
Yes. Out loud and proud.
Well, that's wow.
Out loud.
I
Are
like
you gonna light the cigarette with the vape? I want to see this. I want to see if this is
a
possible.
good vape.
Light
It's one of them with
light-
skull and crossbones.
Light the vape with the cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
Light the cigarette with the vape. I want to see this. Can you do that? Can you do it? Can you do it?
I was trying, wasn't I? I almost made it happen, didn't I?
I know,
I
right?
even brought fire
I
into
bet we
it.
can. I bet we
Look, I
can.
even brought
There
fire
we
into
go.
it. I even somehow grabbed the lighter and went, okay, you want to see this?
See, if I was late, damn it, no. See, this is what a lady does. A lady lights the gentleman's cigarettes, or there'll never be a gentleman.
I like that. That's where I come from. That's right. You are absolutely right. Yeah.
That's why I hate the word ma'am. I try to wipe it out of everybody's mouth,
What you
cops included. I even got the police start calling women ladies.
That's cool. I don't call women like,
Ma'am.
and you ain't my old lady, you're my girl.
Hey, right now I am your old lady. I'm your
well,
old lady.
You don't
right
mind me
now.
saying that? I never really said old lady to people. I always introduce my woman as my girl, as my lady.
No, I love the old lady.
Okay, I like that.
It's not old lady, it's only lady.
And I'm your old man, right?
Yeah.
I like
You
that.
are my
I love
only
it.
man. Well, actually, you haven't proven yourself a man yet.
Right. Well, not yet. Like you mean in the street?
I don't see if your balls have dropped yet.
No. Okay. But you can feel that I've just started later
You
on.
could be a male, yes.
Oh, yeah. And they do hang on. So,
Come on in, brother.
and that's Terry, and that's Holy. That's Holy, and that's Terry.
Oh, my hair did, man. Oh, I can do hair anytime.
Yeah, she does makeup. She's an actress. Right, we're all in show business. We come from show business. She was in show business. She's an actress. Yeah, part-time actress. Really. She was I thought.
I know I act.
I love that
I
one. When you showed me that the Pawns in Chicago. The Pawns played Chicago. She was in one of the episodes. That's kind of, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The one where the baby drops out, her fake baby. Did you ever see that one?
Oh, no, but I'll look it up on
Oh,
YouTube
it's
later.
good. Oh, it's good. Remember that? Oh, I didn't know. I knew you kept on saying that. Like, I remember you saying that like last year when I read, you know what I mean? When we all, that, you know what I mean? I looked you're an actress. Because somebody said I was in entertainment too, But yeah, I remember you years ago.
Happy
me.
Saturday the 14th and
I
fuck the
always
police.
heard you were like, into so, that was cool. I mean, sure, you just met a while. Remember Hurricane and had the, remember back in the 90s when we had the private airport there, his own private airport. We were bringing bands in there to rehearse. Yeah. Hey, Etowah was jumping there. Remember Percy? That's where I probably remember. I think I remember me, Hurricane. I was his bodyguard. Remember? I used to come in with Hurricane. Yeah, I knew you, Terry. Remember? Yeah, Percy, right on the border. Remember that?
Did you hear her? She used to have a crush on you.
Oh, you told now. You're going to get Jackie jealous because Freddie even said, hey, those two were fighting. She, man, my girl knew you did. I went, man, I know everybody, Freddie. She got on you. Now, don't get her started. She'll beat me with a rod or something. I told her that I used to always talk, remember? I came from Philly with him and all that shit and all that. Yeah, you remember the beginning. That's when we used to fly that airplane in on the glider port. But then in the 90s, he built his own airport, And then remember Dinah Duckett? She had the Dinah Duckett band. His wife, Dinah, one of the Hawking girls. Yeah, she had the first member of the phaser machine. Wasn't even called karaoke. It was just called party night or something. Yeah, he bought her that $5,000 fader machine because in them days there was no such thing. They faded out the voice, and you could still hear it, but it was not really present. That was the first day. There is hope. I think it's funny how I love that.
I know everybody's going to have to be out of here soon.
Well,
we don't know what we're going to do with
everybody. And Terry's got it going on with lawyers and shit already.
Okay, look, if something happens, you can't be here. Go here, guys.
Illinois,
This is our house.
Yeah, she's got a better house than this one.
Our house.
And she wants good people in there.
And I want people in there.
I know you do.
Fuck it up and stuff. It's yours.
But this place is kind of going. It's kind of there's a fight to it. But if they condemn it,
No, it's not. It cannot
No,
be
this
condemned.
can
That's
be,
not-
this can be
Oh,
condemned,
right.
and that's how they get
That is
them out.
not. That is
Right
not
now, they,
condemned.
no, I'm saying they can't get them out
That,
real
you
easy.
got to pay payments from the bank. Let me give you the bank information.
This I want to give you all
It don't
that.
take much.
You are. Did
No,
you
I'm
say-
not. I'm just a
yeah.
vessel of God. That's
You
all I
said,
am.
yes,
I'm not
you said
wonderful.
to show me that compassion, you know what I mean? Finally now you know what I mean?
I'm a lone wolf. I can't go home.
Oh, I've always been the big bear.
That is, I need one around me.
Mm-hmm. There's no vampire. I bite, not hard.
They don't like blood suckers. They don't like life suckers.
Nope.
Can't give me life.
I
baby.
suck life out of you if I'm on the you
Oh. What am I trying to write? Oh. Maybe.
Oh, we're live.
We are live. We are live.
Oh,
These are my confessions.
God. I can't wait to see that. That would flip me out. Really. Oh, I hope it's the battery.
Guys gotta
I'm
catch up the
praying.
mortgage.
I'm praying.
Guys gotta catch up the mortgage.
Yeah, it's in Illinois. We'll be
It's in
like going in and out, right?
Yeah, we'll be
Start
in
from
and out.
all over.
We'll be in and out.
That's the new quest. Start out.
That, oh, no, I am.
He'll still, and he
I
can
am.
preach at them, right? At the Perry,
Harry,
right?
I told him you could.
I wanted to.
I told him go.
He told you I'm his.
I told him go.
But really, all kidding aside, he told you I'm his like go-to.
Yeah.
His
Yeah,
main
yeah.
man. Well, right, for real, he said this is good.
Yeah.
And I fiercely have defended him, and he knows it publicly, and moored them down. They backed off. They don't appreciate it, so you know what I mean.
Okay, this is getting hot. Why? It's getting hot. All right, people, I'm going to cut this off.
Am I good?
No, my beautiful thingy here. I'm going to cut this off. Thank you, Peachy Ryder, for being in here with me. I love you, girl. I know we've had our moments, but you know what? Just hang in there, baby. That sickness, may it leave your body now in Jesus' name. Amen.